I'll treat it in the break. As we jump on into this, welcome back to today's SC2I Team League Season 6 action. To the bottom right side of the map from Invasion eSports, it's going to be our green Terran player. Let's hear it if you're cheering on Aquaron. And in the top left side of the map from Team MiA, they're looking for their first match victory of the season. Will they find it tonight against Invasion? Coming out first for the MiA is going to be Cheese King. It's going to be a bit of an interesting opening actually from Aquaron. He's going to go for the gas first. And with this gas first, he'll obviously have the later barracks, but he's going to have a much faster factory available to him in this game. And we're going to see second gas getting taken as well. We're just going to set up here and again looking to see what's going to be happening in the next few moments of this. And this pro just going to come over to the left hand side a little bit and have a bit of a look to see if anything crazy is going on from his opponent. He hasn't scouted across the map yet, so he doesn't know it's a gas first. As we actually see Cheese can go in double gas too, so it looks as though we're going to have aggression against aggression to kick things off into game number 1 of this best of 7. As we're probably going to see some fast tech out of Cheese King, and of course that factory will be coming down right now from Aquaron as well. So, obviously the changes on Prime Houses is the skull base now being at the natural rather than at the third base. And it means that, I mean, both players have access to this early economy, but there's still that kind of third base of the gold which can also be taken. It's going to be interesting to see what these guys do decide to go for if we even get to the late stages of this game where gold bases will be taken, because right now both of them are just one base and off of double gas. I actually don't know the last time I saw one base against one base in TVP. It must have been so long ago. I can't even think. It was just so long ago. As we see Aquaron coming across here, going to poke up to the upper left side of the map. And we'll see no expansion immediately now. He's going to be like, well, what's going on here? As he does come in, he's going to see a Twilight Council Robo facility if he can get in here with this SCV. Stork's moving into position to try and deny the replay. Because, I mean, Cheese King hasn't scouted yet either, so he doesn't know what to expect at this point. So he's just getting in position to try and deny a Reaper Scout. As we see, well, the Robo got sighted, but no sign of the Twilight Council. As Cheese King probably going to go for a Dark Shrine, I think. I mean, can he afford a Dark Shrine after all of this? We're about to find out. I think we are going to see that Dark Shrine popping down. There it is. So Dark Shrine comes down and it will be the Warp Prism out of the Robo and just some very fast DTs in towards the main base of Aquaron in the very near future. He starts up a Cyclone now. Another Tech Lab on this starport. I wonder if he just goes straight into a Raven just to play safe here. And he does as well. Wow. Aquaron is going to get into such a good position here at the start of game number 1. This is going to be crazy as we see Cyclone just having a little bit of a look to see if we can find anything initially. Maybe try and intercept a Warp Prism or any units out over here. Not going to find anything just yet though as a Stalker comes across the map. That'd be something that would the Cyclone would quite like to lock onto and pick off here basically for free. So the Stalker pops up. I'm going to see him just having a little bit of a poke up here to see if he can get any damage done. The Marine's just going to push this back. So Cheese King kind of for the first time in this game going to realize that this is kind of one base play from his opponent. Oh, the Cyclone and the Warp Prism are just going to pass by each other. Aquaron is very unfortunate not to pick up on that just a couple of seconds sooner. And now will in fact log onto the Stalker though. So he picks off a Stalker but still looking for a Warp Prism. Can't find it. There's the first Dark Templar battle coming to the main, but Raven is up and this is going to be the simplest hold of a Dark Templar play that you've probably seen in a long time. These DCs are going to start running in. They see the Raven now, and they're immediately going to realize that they are in a lot of trouble. Try and pull back. One of them is going to go. Oh, it's actually both of them going to get away. There's also one over to this top side, which is in a little bit of trouble as well if it's not careful, but can be evacuated here. Does Aquaron see it? I think he probably saw a glimpse of it there before it got lifted into the Warp Prism once again, as we see our expansion coming down from Cheese King. So no early damage achieved. Resonating Glaive starting up as well. And that Archon just about completing as well. So he's actually going to go straight into an Archon here. And I wonder if he tries to harass with this. It'd be a bit weird. No, he's just going to send it home. He will try and continue to harass with the Warp Prism, however. But with a tank up and lots of Marines here still, And there's a Liberator out too, if I'm not mistaken, which is currently, yes, heading across to the other side of the map. So it looks as though there's not going to be much which Cheese King can achieve, especially not if he loses his Warp Prism to the Cyclone. So, a little bit of an annoyance. I was going to see this Liberator getting ready to come in towards the main base, and lots of positions it can kind of siege up into, kind of be out of range of a pylon. If it's sieged up like here, and then fired on the entire middle line, that could be pretty brutal. There isn't actually really anti-air just yet. From our Terran's point of view, he's actually just going to come behind the middle line, but that's going to be difficult with so many pylons behind there. It's very unlikely he's really going to be able to siege up in any kind of position which is worthwhile. And immediately as he sieges for an overcharge is going to just force him to, well, not even unsiege. He does unsiege, but he just gets killed off. We're going to see these couple of tanks, these Marines, looking to push up this ramp, and Aquaron, does he just have a little bit too much here? Again, while his opponent's aggression got shut down and turned around almost immediately, Aquaron's build has been, relatively unhindered. He planned to go for something like this, so while, Cheese King's build didn't really work out too well for him, Aquaron's build has gone perfectly as he actually kills that pylon, stops that warp in, and Cheese King is in a lot of trouble here. Warping in 5 adepts on the high ground, but he's already going to start losing his natural. The natural which Aquaron doesn't have yet. He has got a CC. We'll be able to flow that over shortly. You see a few adepts shading down to the low ground. A couple of adepts to the top left of your screen at this point in time are very low in health. These adepts, they don't know what they really want to do as the gold base will be taken down. Lots of probe stuff down here as well. And reinforcements continuing to come across the map as well. I'm going to see the Marines just going to try and fight against these adepts, which are looking to shade forwards. Bunker has come up though, so you actually get some Marines into a bunker. Probes are pulled as well to try and help. There's just so much damage output from this Terran army, and Cheese King is going to lose the last of these workers. He's trying to warp in just a few more adepts to the top side of his natural. And there's another adept here in the main, and nearly one more. And as we'll see, the Cyclone getting taken down, and again, just slowly pushing forwards here, basically, out of Cheese King, as he's going to try and get that crown, just not quite able to pick off the Warp Prism. It gets around 2 hit points. Nice save from Cheese King as these tanks going to keep on pushing forwards here. And just starting to siege up the main base. Now this isn't over yet, although things aren't looking good for Cheese King. And he just doesn't. Okay, he's going to leave. I mean, it wasn't over yet. He hadn't killed all the buildings, right? Ha ha ha. Get set up here. So, to the top right-hand side is going to be our green Terran player from Division eSport. It's going to be Aquaron. Open game right now for his team. What's up, Tony Nan in the chat? How are you doing? Sup Sebu, sup Winter, how are you guys feeling? I'm doing good as we go into game 2 of this. We have to the bottom left from Team MiA, their second player out. It's our purple Zerg player. It is Starbuck. So, some TVZ action here. As TVZ matchup we actually see quite a lot nowadays. We've been seeing a lot of TVZ. We actually see very little Protoss matchups. A lot of Protoss players just in hiding. Don't seem to exist so much anymore. I don't know what it is. There's a big lack of Protoss players on online cups and stuff like that in general. As we have just a barracks building towards the frontier for Aquaron. And we have a gas already up for him as well. So, I mean, it's just a very standard Rax gas, and he's going to be able to go into Reaper expand most likely, or Reactor expand, either or. And yeah, we're just going to see Reapers popping out in a few moments. On the Starbuck side of things, it's a pretty plain, simple opening hatch gas pool. Nothing really too exciting as Starbuck starts up a little bit of chatter. Crown. Just going to be focused. Isn't going to reply yet, unless Starbuck can pressure him. And Major, that's true, I forgot about Major. Major representing Invasion eSports in this season. Starbuck is going to be very disappointed when he finds out that is in fact not true. As this Reaper comes across the map, and we'll have a little bit of a look to see what is going on the bottom left side of things. I do play old school RuneScape Metroid X Prime now and then. I don't play it so much anymore because I don't really have the time. but it's my kind of go-to game when I just want to chill a little bit and just de-stress and not really think about what I'm doing. Yeah. I was actually maybe thinking of streaming some minutes ago, because I was thinking of doing some more personal streams. Of like I did a piano stream last week, which was kind of funny. So I was thinking of doing some more personal streams and just some stuff like that, like once a week or once every 2 weeks. I was thinking of doing an old school RuneScape stream because it's like a really chill game to actually just be able to talk to like my viewers and stuff, right? Obviously, not a lot of people maybe want to watch me play old school, but I know some people are interested in kind of, again, just more personal streams and stuff like that. Oh my god, this Reaper! Oh, gets sniped by the Queen in the end. Wow, I thought Starbuck was going to get away there. I let her get away there. I was like, whoa, why aren't the drones just being pulled to get that one shot off on it? But Queen catches it eventually, and that's all he really needed. A creep starter to be put down. We see a Starbuck on a lot of gas, and he's actually got an Evo chamber up, so he starts +1 carapace upgrades, which is obviously a little bit different. Very early carapace upgrade here. Now taking an extractor trick. I was about to say taking a second gas, but he extractor tricked fast enough for me to say an extractor trick instead. And we're going to see the third hatch taken from Starbuck a little bit later than usual, just because of the fact he's already invested in a +1 carapace. So I'm intrigued to see where this goes in the long run from our Zerg player. What does he try to get into here in the next few minutes? So we have a couple of racks on the way up for our Terran. He's actually playing fairly aggressively off of 2 bases. No third command center, as you so often see here in Just Towers, to look to head in towards a macro game. Barav just liberated to harass a little bit. Some tanks already on the way out too. Even a Widow Miner. I mean, yeah, it's a very kind of safe opening, but it's going to transition into a lot of aggression because he's committed to so many units early in the game. Bunker on the way up, in fact 2 bunkers on the way up. Aquarian is maybe a little bit afraid now because of how much gas he saw mining with this Reaper. And he did see the Evo chamber though, so he should know it's nothing too crazy. I mean, if you see the Evo chamber, then you should know that it's probably, that extra gas is probably going to be going into upgrades. More so than a bunch of roaches to try and kill you as well. That was a really, really loud base is under attack, wasn't it? I don't even know what that is. So the sounds. Alright, so I'm gonna see a second siege tank, you'll siege up for a Crown here in the main base. We're gonna see, well, actually, okay, so Aquarian's actually made a perfect reach here. Here's me being like, well, actually I think you should be able to tell it's going into an upgrade. Of course, Evo chambers do mean you can drop with your overlords. And the Crown has obviously figured out that this is what's going to be happening, and so we see Starbuck loading up a bunch of overlords, but look how well prepared the Crown is. He's so ready for this. So this is something I already really seen happen on Lorraine, and so I just didn't really kind of think it was going to happen here on Just Towers, but it is. Look at this. All of these Lings and Queens are going to come in towards the main, and, well, I mean, the bunkers are going to help out a lot in defending this. He will probably want to try and drop on top of the tanks, or close to the tanks, to allow him to kill those off as quickly as possible, basically. And a lot of Zerglings continue to run forwards as well. There's a couple more overlords here which just morphed into Vental Sacks, but actually haven't moved forwards just yet. As we see these overlords, where do they want to go? We're going to see a Widow Mine going to go off on the first one. First overlord goes down. That's the overlord with 3 of the Queens in this. And this is going to be a little bit of a disaster, I think, from Starbuck. Aquarian making way too good of a read. Does he even lose anything? He's lost 9 units. He's going to try to transfer some more Lings in towards the main, but they're just kind of dying one at a time to all of these Marines. Starbuck is just going to get absolutely has already been just absolutely massacred here. Wow, that was brutal. I think it's fair to say this perhaps did not quite work out the way Starbuck wanted it to. Well, he might get some damage done over towards the natural. He's going to make 20 more Lings, and then he's going to try and drone a bit more as well, but wow, I mean, okay, he's got +1 carapace. Yeah, this is going to have to be GG. Like number 3. Currently trailing from Team MiA. Team MiA currently trailing, and their next player out is our green Frost player to the top left side of the map. It's gonna be Grey Warden. And down to the bottom left, we're gonna have from Invasion eSport, it's gonna be our red Terran player, Aquarian, who once again goes gas first. Why not? I mean, it's Lorena. Grey Warden obviously picking a fairly aggressive map here, basically. I'm gonna see this probe just coming across, having a little bit of a look to see what it can get up to and what is happening. So probe going to come across and we'll be popping up in towards the main base here in the next couple of moments. You'll see Quarren just... Well, again, I mean, he's just got double gas, and this probe could be a little bit annoying, but nothing too crazy. Just going to force an SCV off the line. And again, Grey Warden gets a good scout of what's going on here early, as he has gone for a double gas opener himself. So, for the second time in a row, we're going to see some one-base play from both players. Unless there's just a response from Grey Warden to just have enough gas up to get some tech up himself to stay safe. And we're going to see some one-base play from both players, as that factory does begin to drop for Quarren, and we're waiting to see the Cybercore finish to see what's going to be out of Grey Warden. I mean, what could it be? I mean, a Stargate always a possibility here on the short rush distance by air of Ulrena. Could be, I mean, it could literally be anything. As we see this STV just going to stick around. Second gate's on the way up as well, so some pressure perhaps will be able to come down here from Grey Warden in the near future. We see a bunker already coming down at the front though, and that's going to deny any sort of mothership core pressure with stalkers etc. towards the ramp. And he's also going to obviously be able to just very easily pull Marines back in towards his main to deal with anything else. Here we see a tech lab on the factory, and maybe just going to go straight in towards the Cyclone once again. That's what he did last time around, straight into the Cyclone. He went to the Raven when he saw the, what was perhaps going on. It's just going to be a Stargate out of Grey Warden, and there it is down to the south side of the map. So we see this Stargate on the way up is going to be finishing here in the very near future. And as we see another Marine popping down, we'll fill up this bunker. And yeah, I mean, a couple of stalkers on the way. They're looking to pressure towards the front, obviously, but it's kind of one base play against one base play. And again, I generally feel the Terran ends up in a little bit of a better scenario in these one base situations. Now, Grey Warden does know it's double gas, so he knows what he's up against. See, this time Quarren's just going to start up a Viking immediately. And again, just playing safe. Cyclone's already out. He's got a Viking on the way. And I mean, what is he going to do next? A tank, just in case there's a big commitment to, just in case there's a big commitment to the ground army. Already rallying some SCVs towards this bunker just to make sure that he's got some repair, he's got the ability to repair and keep it alive a little bit longer when an attack does come in towards the front. Grey Warden will be the first to expand, as we saw Cheese King trying to do in the previous PvT on this series. So Grey Warden popping down his Nexus, getting ready to expand. As you see this Oracle coming along the south side of the map. We'll begin to turn in towards the main base here. And we'll start to see what he can do, but runs right into the Cyclone. It's just going to go down. He's not going to be able to get far enough away soon enough. And Grey Warden does absolutely nothing with his first Oracle of the game. And that is just... Quarren just completely putting himself in a great position. I mean, okay, his command center is later, but he's going to be able to push across the map so aggressively here very soon with a couple of tanks, a bunch of Marines. And it's going to be very, very good for him, as we see a few SCVs being pulled off the line, and then they get sent back to mining. Quarren may be a little bit unsure as to what he wants to do. Does he want to expand here? I don't see why he shouldn't. There should be no reason for him to not want to expand. And other than the only reason he wouldn't want to expand is if he does want to just commit to aggression across the map in the next couple of minutes. He's got a couple of Vikings out, 2 tanks now. He's got about 8 to 10 Marines. Let's see. There we go, 10 Marines. So 10 Marines, a couple of Vikings, a couple of siege tanks, a Cyclone, and some SCVs to repair. And then across the map he goes. He's actually going to end up meeting Grey Warden sort of halfway through this probe, though, just scout this army coming. So Grey Warden able to turn around, just sit on this choke point for a little while, which will buy him some time. There will be enough time, is our question, as there's tank sieges, and we're going to see the Cyclone perhaps moving forward. So we can see what we can get up to. This sentry, so important for the potential force field here. This tank just getting shot so often. Again, just looking to see what it can get done while being lifted by the medevac to get it away from safety, or to get it to safety, if necessary. The Stalker's coming up in towards the natural, and again, a Quarren just moving forwards a little bit with a tank here, tank there. And we see a scan up to the high ground. That single sentry obviously not as useful anymore. It's going to be really good force field in here, but had to back away, and we see a Quarren just slowly pushing forwards. And does Grey Warden have enough to hold? We see bunkers starting to come up as well. As these tanks just doing so much damage from a distance. Vikings are going to start working on the mothership core as well, and that's very painful for Grey Warden to potentially be losing here in the near future. I don't know why Quarren doesn't just lift up these 2 Vikings and fly around the phone overcharge and try and hit the mothership core. I think it'd be very worthwhile. That being said, it doesn't matter too much if he actually just kills off the pylons. We'll see one of these Vikings killed off Spring plus 3 for Grey Warden. Something I didn't really pay attention to coming up in the production tab. And he does have Blink now, which will help a lot in terms of defending against this, you know. Cyclone locks onto a Stalker. So just pull back though, as you can see, just continue to dance back and forwards. Something gets picked off at the front, and some Meat Stalkers really starting to get low on hit points, which makes this very, very dangerous from Grey Warden's perspective. See the tank moving a little bit further up. We're going to see Big Blink forwards, gets the tank, but loses a couple of Stalkers for it. The Cyclone now goes down as well, and the Crown has to be cautious, very cautious, with how he's taking this right here. We'll see the Stalker's going to try and buy time to try and defend this natural expansion, stop it from being killed off, but I think the tanks are just way too much. As the Stalker's actually going to blink to the low ground though, we're going to see a lot of the Stalkers starting to drop. But only 4 of them, you know, 4 of them remain. It's just not enough. He's still going to lose his Nexus as well. Now he's got to put his probes in. And wow, this is not good for Team MiA, who are just losing game after game after game. And I don't know what they're meant to. I don't know what they're meant to change. I really just don't know what they're meant to change at this point. You can see this tank sieging up as well. I'm going to see Marines continuing to just work their way through a gateway here. So he's going to continue, and I mean, Grey Warden will try and buy time and just hope he can maybe get enough units out with some sick blink control, make something happen, but is that a realistic kind of outlook right now? I'm not sure if it is. I don't think it is. A second base ready to go for Quaron, more gates on the way up, or more Raxes, I should say. All at the same time, he's just continuing to push forwards into more and more aggressive positions. You can see him lift, he'll just back away over towards his siege tank. He's got a Liberator here as well. He's now going to start bunkering the high ground. And again, just slowly pick away at the production of his opponent. 3 more gates being made in the far back of this main, knowing that if he has to give up, if he loses, the far back of his, the back of his main, then he's probably lost the game already. So it's pretty much a safer place he can put them. We're going to see these Stalkers coming forwards, but the Liberator just adds on so much damage. There's some Stalkers from behind too, but the Liberator is still here, just adding on damage so quickly. A few Marines left over, and they should probably jump in towards the bunker. And just, again, stop themselves from dying for no real reason. Stalker coming into the top side, and I'm just going to see again, I'm trying to maybe just try and bust this. But I mean, 2 bunkers, even if only 5 Marines is in, it's still 2 bunkers that he has to get through before he can reach this Liberator or anything like that. We'll see if I get in the medevac actually starting to turn around, starting to go home, and maybe just looking to kind of lift and, or just reinforce with kind of a couple of units at the same time, or just actually play out a macro game from this position. I'm not too sure, as we see, could probably see with good blink micro, Grey Warden busting through these bunkers without too much. I'm going to shoot some moves forwards, and I mean, he's going to be able to blink back as these Stalkers get damaged. And he's just going to load into another bunker, which will actually pick up a Stalker. Actually picks up 2 Stalkers. Nice target fighting on the bunker by Aquaron. Gets 2 Stalkers that you might not have thought he would. And after all is said and done, resources lost heavily in favour of our Terran player, who is up at base, up in workers, and has double mule on his side. Things looking pretty fantastic here for Invasion eSport in their second match of the SC2ITL Season 6. Bunch of Stalkers coming across. Grey Warden kind of maybe just saying that he has one chance to kind of come back in this, and that's just to try counter-attack, get damage done with these Stalkers, but immediately the Liberator going to get damage done. The tanks going to do a lot of damage too. He actually lifts and saves one of these tanks over towards the front. He's going to save it once again. So really no damage being taken for our Terran player, but dealing out so much damage to this Protoss army, as these Stalkers have to back away and just kind of chill out. Just kind of have to just wait and see. You missed on fire yesterday, Holden, and you want to see the VOD? Trust me, it is not going to take you very long to watch the VOD. And that's not even spoiling the scoreline. Like, honestly, it was it was one of the fastest series I've ever casted, and yet it was it wasn't really kind of one-sided at all. It was really dumb. It's kind of funny actually to see this Liberator coming into siege in the main base, looking to get a bit more damage done here. Actually going to get 3, now 4 workers of his opponent, and wow, I mean, Grey was just not pulling these probes away, so what does he expect? He gets a single Stalker in here, but 9 workers killed? And that's going to be even more of a lead now for our Terran players. See these Stalkers blinking, just trying to get this Liberator, but just will not quite be able to. In the end, as you'll see, Aquarian on siege, and it looks as though he's getting ready to go for an attack. Combat shield's about finished. He's already got his stim pack, so you know, why not? I mean, what's he got to lose by attacking? He sees that it's basically only stalks of his opponent anyway with his drop. So if he sees that, why would he? Why is it good? Why wouldn't he just attack? As the force field here, the kind of only real threat to kind of stop this army from actually moving through this central position, or this left-hand side position. Stalker's going to blink forwards a little bit bravely. A couple of tanks do manage to unload before them Stalkers go into too much trouble. We're going to see this tank evacuated over to the right-hand side as well, and we're going to see, as for the second time this game, our Terran player is starting to siege up on the natural of the Protoss, who blinks away just to keep them Stalkers alive. One of them on so low health, 1 hit point, in fact. As the Spire moves up, it's got stim now as well, and I mean, what's great, what am I going to do? This game has sort of been over for a while. Everyone says happy face, and Aquarian is going to take game 3, and he is on the verge of an all-kill. I have time to fill before we're ready to go once more into Mindsanity versus Root Gaming, so let's introduce our players and let's see what happens. It's just kind of, I don't know, it's not a bad thing. I mean, it's nice to see the kind of, some teams going fast, and obviously it's going to happen. It's just frustrating for them the same day, every single series to start being like complete walkovers. Hey, we got a new sub! Oh, Embryo's, thank you very much for subscribing, buddy. Welcome to the War Disciples, which is my... I've decided I like it the best. War Disciples, it works the best. I love it. I know you guys wanted Wardians and Orc Wardies or something, but yeah. Thank you very much for your sub, dude. Much appreciated. Welcome to the team. I'm streaming tomorrow, WCS Challenger League tomorrow and Sunday. And then we'll hopefully have Team League Monday, Tuesday. Then I'll be offline Wednesday through Monday. And I'll be back on Tuesday. Probably. And we'll be back every day with Team League and more once again. I'm only offline because I'm going to an event. And I promise I will make some YouTube content for you guys when I'm there and stuff like that. So there will be still some content coming up. It's just I'm not able to stream at the LAN. I really wanted to stream the LAN. To introduce our players, to top right is MiA's Killer 5 coming in as the final player from Team MiA. To the bottom left is going to be our green Terran player from Invasion. It's Aquarian. But yeah. Yeah, basically, so yeah, I did want to stream the UK LAN on my channel and stuff, but they already have casters for it. So there's not really, I can't stream it, so I'm just going to play there instead. And just sort of go from there. So, yeah, I'll be away. The only reason I'm away for so long is it starts on Thursday and it ends on Sunday, but I'm going to be staying at a friend's house on Sunday night. And then Monday I'm bringing my team back to Newcastle and we're going for a night out. And we'll have, and on the Wednesday as well I have members of my team here, so I can't really justify streaming. Maybe we'll stream something on Wednesday actually. I'm going to do tonight the schedule for the next week or two of Team League, so I'll know then what we can do. Happy face. Lepsid, life's good. It's pretty good over here. My voice kind of died a bit yesterday, and I can kind of feel it's starting to go again now. So I guess we're kind of fortunate that we're having some shorter series. Otherwise, I probably would have died halfway through the day. SC2ITL Team Kill League. Let's actually talk about the game a bit, because we do see Aquarian getting very aggressive here with this Reaper Hellion opening, but it hasn't been too successful, as he has to back away now. And you see the SCV just scouting around and seeing what's going on. And just kind of sees inside this main base. See a Liberate on the way up, a Hellion now as well. So, I mean, again, just continuing with the Reaper Hellion. It's been not an expansion from Killer 5, though. He's actually on one base going into a very fast stim and a factory, too. These games tonight, guys, are just they're just so aggressive. It's kind of crazy. As the starport starts to come down. And we see Aquarian just hoping to kind of push up this ramp and have a look to see what else he can get up to. Another grenade, doing a little bit more damage. And comes back up again. Ooh, gets a nice shot for the Hellions there to roast a couple of those Marines. Yeah, and a crackling sound from my mic. Maybe that's because it wasn't plugged in properly. Let me know if it's persistent. I'll try and do something about it as we see these grenades. Oh no! So much damage being done from the grenades again. And this Reaper Hellion, although it's not maybe killing workers or anything, is definitely kind of pulling our Terran player, pulling Killer 5 over in this direction. Maybe distracting as this Liberator starts to come in towards the main base here. Here we go, we're going to see this Liberator sieging on up. And immediately pulling away this Killer 5. As when I see if he goes down, these Marines are going to try and come in from the side. As, oh no, now the Reapers have actually made it in here as well. They got a good grenade off. 4 workers already killed. There's a 5th, and now the workers going back in towards range of the Liberator. This Reaper wants to go and pick off the, he does it. Picks off the Marine in the back there. As, oh, this Liberator is just picking up so many kills. 12 kills before it goes down. 12 workers killed, and there was 12 kills on the Liberator too, so... Oh, just so much damage being done by Aquarion, who's expanded behind this, and well, okay, I mean, let's look at the advantages which are in play for Killer 5. He does have Stim, and that's something I don't think Aquarion is really expecting his opponent to have right quite yet, and this tank might be in a bit of trouble too if he can cut it off, so this isn't all over just yet. I'm going to see this tank just coming over here. I mean, there's actually not very much for Aquarion at the front, and there's not very much for him at home either, so this drop has the potential to stop maybe evening up this game slightly, but Killer 5 has a long way to go. His CC's only just building now. This tank at the front is going to kill off this Widow Mine thanks to the Raven. And here we go, dropping in towards the natural expansion. Widow Mine, Marines, going to come in, and they're going to see a bit of a stim here probably, just to kill off a few workers, but I mean, there's a Viking, there's a tank. SCVs will be pulled to repair it. As well, actually, the Widow Mine burrowing and goes off on mules. Not ideal, but 7 workers killed to start even up that work camp, but he's not there yet. 9 workers killed is still not enough, as we actually see this tank has now picked off the one of the depots, picked off the barracks, and we see Aquarion just continuing to push up this ramp. And Team MiA, are they going to get all killed 2 series in a row, 2 matches in a row? Right now, it really does look as though that might be the case, as we see there's a couple of Hellions, seeing a couple more Marines just a little bit further ahead of them. You're going to see the tank besieging and just coming up in towards the main, and looking to see what might happen here. And tank sieges now. Single Marine has a little bit of a poke. Tank shot goes off, takes some damage to that Marine there. Another tank comes down and sieges. So Killer 5 defending for now. And actually this is a nice little trade for him as he picks off all the Marines of his opponent. And now he'll actually come in to try and fight against this tank and these Hellions. But turret's coming down. And he's actually going to be able to hold this position. And Aquarion is actually going to have more reinforcements coming across the map too. This turret actually picks off the Viking. Oh, literally everything is just going the way of Aquarion here. Like, nothing is going Killer 5's way at all. As you see, this tank is going to try and be... well, he's going to get cleaned up eventually. You're just going to see so many units coming up the ramp for Aquarion. He could just probably stim in and just try and take that down. Oh, he doesn't have stim, actually, does he? It's Killer 5 he has stimmers. This tank just get forced to lift, and we'll see these Marines just chasing. Nothing going on in the natural. As we see this tank going down, the other tank lifted, but it's not siege, so that's going to take a while to siege, and I don't think he'll get into position to siege up and then be useful. As the scan comes down, he sees that tank in the back, so actually maybe he can protect this here, but there's a tank now at the front, and 2 more tanks as well for Aquarion, who's going to have the well played thrown out by Killer 5.